is Blue Angel on YouTube and Blue Angel the Tutor on YouTube, and this is the next part to the various parted tutorial. This is like a full AV edit, but it's mostly focused on the face and hair. So this one we're going to do hair. And what I'm going to start off with is eyelashes. I guess you can count that as hair. Because she she doesn't look bad. I don't know, I just want to put some eyelashes on her. So, I do my own. You can easily download some eyelash brushes and go from there. But that's kind of best if you have Photoshop CS5, because you can manipulate it even more than on here. So I just draw them myself. And all I do is pick a small brush. I have a 3 right now. I don't know, I might use a 2 or a 3, I'm not sure. But all you have to do is pick a brush and start stroking on another layer. Make sure you make another layer just in case you don't like them. And you want to delete them because in Photoshop you can't backspace for eternity. It's a limit. You can't backspace as much as you want, like on GIMP. You might want to make them thick, like really thick. It's prettier when it's thicker. I mean, not necessarily. I just like you to be able to see eyelashes. They don't always go the same way, so if you want, you can mix it up a little bit and just go random crisscross ways. Oops. Yeah, and then you do the same thing to the other side. I mean, I guess this way takes a bit more time, but it comes out pretty decent. I think if your brush doesn't already fade out like this, it only fades out like this if you have a tablet, by the way. If it doesn't automatically fade out like this, you press this arrow right here, right next to the brush right here on the left side, and you just press size and opacity, and it will fade off like mine is. It makes it way easier to make eyelashes. I mean, sometimes they still look too rough at the edges, and you might want to like blur it out a little bit or smudge it out a little bit so that it doesn't look so overpowering or overbearing on her face. But yeah, if you want to, you can add a little something to the eyebrows. Eyebrows are something I really don't worry much about. I don't do much to, except maybe this every once in a while, if it looks right. And I don't think I got to editing the eyes very much, because I don't do excuse me, I don't do that very much. I don't edit the eyes because I don't know, my eyes never look any type of special. I just usually put some type of highlight in it and then call it a day. Which I'm about to do right now. Guess I can make them a little brighter. Yeah, that looks alright. Okay. And now for the hair. Hair. I have no clue actually how I was going to do her hair. I didn't have anything in mind. I actually want to make it a lighter color so you guys can see the details in the hair. But I guess I can make my base color black. So what you're going to do is add a new layer. You can name your layers if you want so you don't get confused. I guess I can do this if you guys want to do this with me. So I'm just call this the base. And I'm just going to get black. Your base doesn't have to be black. It can be lighter depending on what color your hair is going to be. But I'm going to mix her hair with some black and brown. So what I'm going to do Sometimes the brush comes out like that. I don't know why it does that sometimes, but like has a little rickety thing going on with it. I don't know, but yeah, just make a basic outline of her hair. Just shape it the way you want it to look. Usually I just take these pictures off of random sites. I mean, not random sites, random groups in the request thread. And sometimes people say how they want their hair, sometimes they don't. She didn't have a specific way she wanted her hair. I'm assuming because, again, like the last time I told you, I forgot where I got this from. Like, maybe, I don't even think I saved it as her name this time, so I guess I could just save this and use it as an example in my possible shop I might be making up. I'm not sure yet. I have to get a few more examples up, more current examples up before I start anything or ask to open a shop in any group. Because apparently we can't sell or request AV pictures in the forums anymore. Because I don't know why, but that's what I've heard. They've taken the whole request thing down. And yeah, stuff got serious. They took the whole thing down. So I don't know what to do. That's where I usually went to like make some quick credits off of pictures. I don't usually like to use hairstyles that cover up my editing. Sometimes you have to, but I usually don't like to, because it's like no point editing all of this stuff if you're just going to cover it up with the hair anyway. Okay, and then we're going to make a layer. You don't want to try to get in between all of this stuff. Just don't try. Just go under your avatar layer, make a new layer, and just color under it, because it's way easier, way faster. You don't have to worry about accidentally slipping onto her skin or anything. For the edges of her hair, I would suggest getting a smaller brush and just refining it a little bit, because you just don't want boring big blobs of hair at the end. Okay. You wanna add a couple flyaways. I suggest with a smaller brush. I'm just being lazy right now. I don't feel like changing the size of my brush. It's kind of irritating. Feel free, make it look more realistic if you put some flyaways in there. Everybody's hair is not perfect. I know mine's is not. So that is the base. And now we're going to start adding layers to the hair to give it a little more oomph, if you know what I mean. So this is the first one. I'm going to use brown as my layering color, because with black, I tried using blue, I tried using gray. Maybe I'm doing it wrong or something, but I'm not getting the results I would like to get, so I don't use any of those colors. So I'm going to use brown on her. So you start off with a pretty thick brush and a pretty neutral type color, and just fill in all these empty spaces, trying to go in as many directions as you can to make the hair look awesome and like soft looking and curvy and everything. You might think that my editing techniques are a lot like some other people, because Texas Cherry Sweet, who is now Cherry Red, I looked through her tutorials when I was learning how to edit, and I've looked at I think it's KLL Graphics, and her way of editing when she has a YouTube channel. I think it's Tubbits, I'm not sure, Tubbits, and she uses this way of editing her hair and drawing in her hair sometimes, I guess. I think so. It might look similar to some other people's way of editing, but yeah. So after we got that layer in, we add another layer and we make our brush smaller. And make the color lighter. And just, you're not going over everything. You're just going, you're moving to the top of the hair. So anything that's like below or like under something, you don't go under it. Over it. You just kind of, the places that's supposed to pop out, you just go over those places. You never go over everything all the time. That's how you get layers. You have to move and create it. You cannot go over the shadows with the highlights, because then the shadows disappear and it's all highlights and it looks totally wrong. Okay, and now we're going to get another layer. Sorry, I can't talk today. Yeah, another layer, and we're going to go way lighter and smaller, and we're just going to the very edges of her hair. Just, you can, like with the smallest one, this is the last one because it's the smallest one, but with the smallest one, you can go over the dark parts of her hair a little bit. Don't overdo it. Like you can go over, like I did, like right here, you can go over it a little bit. It makes it look kind of cool. The very light color over the very dark color. Yeah, so again, try not to overdo it and go over all of the really dark areas of the AV. You can do this a little bit. I'm throwing some flyaways. You can do it too if you want to. It makes it look a little bit more realistic. And if you want, you can go back to your base layer and smudge it a little bit. Or you can just get a small brush and make it look like this. I found this way a bit easier and quicker. It took me 2 seconds. But if you want to be, I'm gonna merge all these layers together. If you want to be very special and be very light, if you want some of parts of her hair to be even lighter, you can just take your Dodge highlights and go on highlights and just hit her hair in some spots where you want it to be a bit lighter. And there you go. You are now finished editing your avatar picture. Thank you. If you have any comments about what I did, or if you didn't understand something, feel free to comment and I will hopefully look and get it. If I will post the final look of the whole entire picture in the information description box, and I might be coming back with a couple other tutorials on basically the same thing, but like maybe in different skin tones or different types. So yeah.